Hi everyone, it's Foodfeast here again, and today I'm here to show you what you can use our Foodfeast puff mix for. I had a light bulb moment the other day because I was thinking the ingredients in your donuts are basically flour, sugar, yeast, milk, your butter and eggs, and I realized that the puff mix has like literally all the ingredients that you will want in like donuts. So I was thinking, okay, maybe we should try using this to make donuts. So we're going to do this together. We're going to try out using our Foodfeast puff mix for donuts. So yeah, just go along with me and I'm going to show you the measurements I'm using. And one thing I will say is do not use the old bag. So I've resorted to using like 250 grams of the bag, because obviously with your donuts you need to knead the dough, and if you add too much water you're going to need to add more flour to bring it to a nice consistency. But I'll show you my measurements, and yeah, just go along with me and let's see if we can create this beauty together. Okay, so I've got 250 grams of my puff mix in this bowl, and I've got 25 grams of unsalted butter, and I've melted it in the bowl here. I've got 1 egg whipped in here, and I've got some warm water. Remember, you need to use warm water when you're doing anything with yeast. If not, it's not going to activate the yeast. Right, so after mixing everything together, you flour the board or whatever surface you're using to work the dough. So you need to work the dough for about 5 to 10 minutes. You can either use the puff mix, but obviously I thought of using the puff mix for donuts because there's been a shortage of flour in some places. So if there's a shortage of flour where you are, you can just use your plain flour or your bread flour, either one that you've got, and just flour the surface lightly and flour your hands lightly and turn the dough over to the surface to work it. And yeah, use the heel of your hand to work the dough. Okay, I like to keep my hands properly floured. If not, the dough starts to stick to my hand, and I'm not really a big fan of that. See what I'm saying? So just keep working the dough till you get a stretchy. Keep working the dough till you get a stretchy dough. Okay, now we've got our stretchy dough. I've worked it for quite a bit and it's ready to go. And I usually oil the bowl, so I've just put a little bit of oil in here, and I just use the same bowl I've used before, and I coat the dough in the oil. And what I usually do, because I need to leave the dough in a warm environment to rise, so I've preheated the oven for a few minutes, which is what you normally do with your puff. So I've preheated the oven for a few minutes, and I'm going to cover this with cling film and put it in the oven to rise for a while. So I've left the puff I've left the donut in the room for a few minutes, and now I'm gonna deep fry them. Let's go there. So I've put some oil on fire, and my oil is hot and ready to use, and I'll just pull my donuts one by one. And I would say don't overcrowd the pot. So I'm just going to fry like 2 at once, and then I'll do the next batch and let that fry for a few minutes on each side. You can use the spoon to check underneath if it's golden brown, and make sure you don't overcrowd the pan. So we don't want to overcrowd it. That's what I've just done 2 at once, and you can see it's coming out nicely. So I'll be excited to see what you do with the donuts you make with your puff puff mix. And this side is golden brown, turn it around and just fry it till that one too is golden brown. And that's it. Our donut is done. I'd like to say a massive thank you to you guys for joining in my little experiment to see if we can use the Foodfeast puff puff mix to make donuts, and as you can see, that is a very real possibility. So send us a DM and get your puff puff mix today, and you can use your puff puff mix to make donuts. And I'm going to keep trying new things to bring to you guys that you can use your puff puff mix for. I'd like to see how your donuts go, so if you have any questions, you can send a DM to our Instagram at Foodfeastuk, or our Twitter, or you can send an email to info@foodfeast@gmail.com, or tag us when you make your donuts and whatnot. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.